digga nuts, still stay power.
Yes, welcome again. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to YAWD VYBZ SPEAK English, and of course, I'm the host with the most OT, and of course, I must have a co-host, and her name is
Lady Gwen.
Lady Gwen, right there.
The one and the only.
Not Gwen Stephanie, she's just
I still want her bank account though.
yeah. So yeah, we have a show, right? And we're gonna keep the show like a ball, right? We're gonna kick it, we're gonna vibes it up, we're gonna keep it rolling, and of course, you know, body moving, the soul is ready. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? Where's the next part of it?
The mind.
The
The mind is like motion. It's the mind is thinking.
It's right there. That's what I'm saying, guys. So yeah, before we go into the meat of the matter, right? We want to big up, of course, all the sponsors.
Yes,
We
yeah.
want to talk about Renaissance Records, yeah?
Big up.
We'll doing so much right now. That's what I'm saying? Seeing young talents, building it. That's what I'm saying? It's all about building wealth, right? Building community, right?
In our community.
Being a supportive element, right?
A place for the community to
Upliftment.
express
That's what I'm saying?
themselves.
And it is so fitting. It is so fitting that we have a group who's going to come on the show to talk about the connection.
Hey, they're their own community too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the connection, yeah? So Renaissance Records, of course, top-notch island flavor restaurant, and of course, it's an old Caribbean grocery right up there. And you know, surprising for week, the O is here, but the Hess is absent, and tonight the Hess is here. See what I'm saying? The Hess is here tonight. She's here. She's chilling. She's in the production booth. She's sipping. But yes, and of course, you and I, construction company. So what I'm saying? We want to big up also our past co-host, Lady Kennedy.
Pause up for a second.
wanna-
Yes, Canopy, wherever you are.
Yeah, wherever she is. You know, yeah, somewhere out there.
Vacay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was on vacation, I think. But
She always on vacation.
Oh, she's always
stay vacating,
Oh.
son. she quit to go vacate, son.
okay. Alright. So yeah, so guys, so Renaissance Records here, we and we also want to big up of course in-house the Beast. The Beast Divine, is what I'm saying? And of course I could not go each week without bigging up our in-house DJ. DJ Briscoe.
I like that guy.
The girls in Pisco.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Right now, hey, I'm more comfortable with him being a DJ.
Slicker than Crisco.
Right now he's out there trying to jerk some chicken. So you guys don't mind. You guys
Not in a
can
bad way.
call the fire department. You might have to want to have the fire department in standby, because I think he's gonna burn up those chicken. All right, and that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna burn this place down, not literally, with some vibes, of course. And of course, our special guest today is, you know, the mind, the body, and the soul. As I said, we have.
Snotty man, baby. Snotty Chan, half dragon, half man.
And we have right here, we have Lady Jessica, right?
Jessica Blanco, yes.
Yes. And then of course, Gabriel.
You got Gabriel representing all my arrogance. Shout out to all my people.
All my people, all my people. Let's
I like
go.
that.
My producer, you ready for me?
Yeah, man. Sorry about
Okay.
that. Sorry about that. Go ahead, my bad.
Mod sound.
We might have to change job, bro.
It's nice, a little kick it old school sound.
Yeah, so we want to get right into it, guys. Yeah, no question, no delay. So I'm saying we just want to get right into it. And of course, I could be asking all the questions, right? But the mind, the body, and the soul, the link is there, right, Gwen? I want to know personally, how do you guys, came about that? I mean, the mind, the body, and the soul. You know, what's behind it? What's the message behind it? I'm asking for me though.
For you.
For
I think
me.
it's very...
So if you guys can elaborate on that part for me, please, let me get it.
I think it's very important to know your role in society.
Yeah.
In mind, body, and soul, we're all composed by those things, right? We should be. So, and they all have to be fed. They all play an important role in what we do on our daily lives. So, when we want to come about an event or anything that we want to do, we just designate different roles, as in that are equally as important. But they all compose what the big tree is going to be.
Cool.
Big tree.
And Gabriel, you're the man with the talent. Well, everyone has talents. But
We're all skillful, but I think we've all, totally grasped our perfection, to really make this a one whole thing. This is honestly, it's beyond just a name and a face. It's a community. We're here to make it more than us. At the end of the day, something for the next generation to look into. Be greater and do better than us. At the end of the day, this is why we're doing it. This is why the mind, body, and soul. One person can make it, but 3 people together make mountains move. We're out here doing God's work.
Yeah, all right. And of course.
Last but not least, Mr. Snotty over here.
Legend.
Yo, check it out. We got the mind, body, and soul. We got the mind, we got the body, and we got the soul. You got to think about it. We all, like Just said, we all living organisms. We all humans. You know what I mean? The first thing that you got when you come out the womb, you know what I mean? You got your body, but your mind not being intact. The second you take that first breath, you got your soul. It enters your body. You know what I mean? Your soul give you that real essence of life. You know what I mean? Your soul give you that real essence of life, but you can't experience the essence of life unless you have a body. But you can't experience what life is really about until you get a mind. You know what I mean? And so we make it. Shout out to my DJ.
He's over here saying some spiritual stuff over here. I need to hear that.
Boom, boom. Just this sound. All right, look. So
when it's firing shot, bro. That's one for you, bro.
It's a shot of love right there.
A shot of love, bro.
A shot of love.
Right,
So going into, you know what I mean? This is how we all experience life through the day to day, and I feel like in order to get to your desired outcome, you have to have a desired process. You know what I mean? If we gonna make something that's worth living in, then we have to hit all the points of living. You know what I mean? Which you gotta have your mind there. Your mind gotta be engaged. You gotta have your soul there. You know what I mean? You gotta have the body. You know what I mean?
All the right connections.
And what are the things you do to keep them engaged, Snotty?
Man, I just sit here and look good.
Sit here and look good.
Nah.
Just like that, man.
Well, I mean, hey, these two have been killing it on the scene, man. We got a project coming, man. March 26th, man. You heard about it. Snotty's Big Body Bar Party. Can we get a boom, boom? Boom. How y'all not gonna chime in, man? It's a boom moment, man. So, March 26th, man, we got Snotty's Big Body Bar Party at Gracie's. March 26th, that's the last Saturday of the month, starting at 5 p.m. We got a community flea market that's absolutely free. You come to the flea market, man, get you some nice things. See what kind of vendors is out here. Come support the small-owned businesses that come out of your community. You know what I mean? Yeah. And after that, at 7 o'clock, we got a beat battle. It's called the Big Body Beat Battle. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. And the reason why it's called the Big Body Beat Battle is because we getting the hottest producers from out here in the valley. And I sent invitations to people all the way in San Francisco and LBC and LA. You know what I mean? The whole West Coast, Texas, all that. So, boom. So,
what you think, Gabriel? It's gonna be all the way live?
I'm just here to support, but Snotty put in all that energy, and we truly had to match that energy. We're here to build a body. I totally took that. It was a first opportunity where I could have done just a body.
So where can people go to see the details?
Oh, you'll see all the details in the perfection in Gracie's Tax Bar right there in 7th Ave in Roosevelt. Check it out. Real nice place, nice owners, nice drinks, and nice environment. It's gonna make it look like a dream. You're gonna feel like you're walking through Charlie Walker's factory.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, we're out here to show love and really give people what they need and what they want.
Do they have a page that they can visit to find out more details, information?
Ma'am. I mean, you can go out. You can follow actually 3 details right here. We got Snotty, we got Jessica, and we got me, Gabriel. Just follow our tags, find us on Instagram, and you'll see us who we are.
My Instagram is at Snotty Van Dam. So that's SNOTTY VANDAMN.
My tag is Moreno del Guerrero, hometown, little brown boy from a good city. Here to represent. You're gonna have to translate that because even I can't spell that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How about you, Jessica?
My tag is Block 16. BLANC 16.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Oh, Block 16, BLANC 16.
Perfect.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, guys, I listen. All three of you guys talk, right? You're from where you're from originally?
I was born in Mexico.
Mexico, okay.
Yeah.
And Snyder?
Planet Jupiter, baby.
Good, outer space alien. I knew it.
You know it. You can just tell.
Yeah, he's different. His energy.
You got that Martian light. How about you, Jessica?
Yeah. I know. He's unruly.
I grew up in El Salvador, so I moved to the States when I was 13. So
Nice.
immigrant life.
Hey,
That real
listen to me.
culture.
Yeah.
My Yankee friend right here.
Can't relate.
I'm from Jamaica, so yeah, I know. Well, the Renaissance crew is from Jamaica, yeah? A lot of us, but of course we had upgrading right now. She likes the energy, right? Right?
Yes, I love it.
She likes the energy, and of course. She's an island girl. Trying to make it.
Yeah, they made me an honorary island girl. I say, I only like the tropical shit,
Love the tropical.
But the big part of it, guys, I mean, you all you three came about and you guys are doing something, What's the dream? What's the dream for you guys? Come, Snyder, I see you smiling. You have something for me. What's the dream, girl?
I love the smile, man. Well, the dream is essentially, man. Well, the dream is what we living right now, man. It's putting in that hard work to where we gotta be, man.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about the heart, body, the mind, body, and soul is that we a vehicle. You know what I mean? So as a vehicle, we kind of decide where we want to go. You know what I mean? Collectively, you know what I mean? Because you can't go somewhere your spirit don't want you to be, because you won't really be there. You know what I mean? You can't be there unless your body there for real.
Yeah.
So personally, for me, when we break apart, you know what I mean? My goal is definitely just to create the space and opportunity for people who look like me, who deserve the proper, the proper materials, the proper skill, the proper teaching, the proper love, to be exactly what they want to be. Because there's a kid right now who looked like I looked when I was 15, wants to be an astronaut, but nobody telling them it is possible, the resources aren't there and it's not possible. So that's my ultimate goal, is just to really help the people, because my time here is limited, so what am I gonna do for the people who come after, that's my purpose.
Okay.
Oh, well spoken.
But expect some good rap songs though on the way though, you know what I mean? Expect some good rap music, yeah?
So Gabriel, I would ask you the same question.
I mean, personally, that's where I really fallen when following with Snotty and Jessica. It's been a trio that's just been fantastic, and the idea is probably the same. We've been able to hustle and work together and become something better than what we are. At the end of the day, being raised as an immigrant, you get to see the hustle. You get to see that they ain't no asking for excuses. But ain't nobody gonna pay your bills. So that carrying that mentality as I get older, and teaching my people and teaching future generations that we could make this. At the end of the day, it's individual, it's the individual that's gotta want it, and we work as a community. And at the end of the day, we're building kingdoms. We're building kings. We're making history, and that's the whole purpose of making it with Snotty and Jessica. True greatness at the making.
Good. Also well spoken. I like it. It's a lot of brain power going around this table right now. Quite spiritual too.
It's only 50. It's only 50 that I have for today.
You gotta save the best for last.
That's right. That's William said that one.
I think for me, it's really intricate. As an immigrant, it's really important to find community.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, feeling like you don't belong in places is something that I've experienced coming from a different country. So finding a place where I can find people like-minded and wanting to build community in the artist aspect of it is like super important.
Yeah.
Wanting to uplift people, wanting to support each other in the means of like money, purchasing goods, as well as promoting, and just being there for people is super important. Listening to their stories and also being part of their process. It's what its community is about, what the growth is about. So this event for me just means that we're really gonna put Phoenix on the map, just because I don't think Phoenix has had this. We have a lot of talented people that are just dispersed, and we need to put everybody together and really support each other because we all have the same goal. We all create community. As humans, that's what we want. We just want to collectivize and create something together. So coming together is super important, and finding people that want to support each other. In the same way. So.
Like that.
Yeah, I like
Very good.
So, wait, you have anything? You gonna say something?
No, I was just saying her perspective was very good.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's why she the mind. That's why she the motherfucking mind.
But what I would like to know though, how did you guys came about this? Oh, we're ready to start from.
Can I kick this off?
No problem.
You mind if I kick this off?
Please.
So, alright, so this basically came. So, shout out to my man Gabe, man. My man Gabe, man. He threw an event, man. He booked me. And, you know, I'm there doing my little rap thing, you know, helping him out where I can and whatnot. And
hold on, not to interrupt. What do you mean your rap thing? He killed the whole night that he made it his. He came up with the energy. Everybody was loving it, you know?
I get the energy, yeah.
Thank you. And yo, he's talking to me, man, and like every time I see Gabe, man, he always tells me, man, let me know when you're trying to do this event. Let me know when you're trying to throw an event. Let me be a part of your event. He's like, I don't care if I gotta throw away the trash. I just want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? I just want to help. I just want to help and be a part of it. And you know, I let that sit and resonate for a minute, man. And I took him up on his offer, you know what I mean? Because I see the work that he puts in within the community, you know what I mean? And I have a very pristine eye and pristine spirit when it comes to what I'm allowing in my circle and what I'm trying to rock with, what I'm trying to build with, you know what I mean? Because nobody want a shaky foundation, you know what I mean? So this my man right here, you know what I mean? And then we got JB, man. I knew JB from back in the day, man. 1987, man. That's the year that we met, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who born in 1987, you know what I mean? We in here, you know what I mean? Crack era, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
So JB though, JB is one of the most enlightened women I've ever met, human beings that I've ever met in my life. But it's Women's History Month, let's go! But this is one of the most enlightened human beings I ever met in my life, you know what I mean? And in a point in my life where, you know what I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on, you know what I mean? JB said, yo, check this out. I got some knowledge for you know what I mean? And that's the moment that I knew that JB got the brain, got the mind, you know what I mean? So everything came together naturally after that. And that's my perspective on it, you know what I mean?
Alright, well that's gelling, that's jiving. Church up in here.
I like the story.
That's beautiful. I even forgot the question. What was the question?
He was saying how you came together.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So I heard the intro. I heard the climax. I know I want to hear a lot.
What?
So it's gonna end.
Exactly.
March 26th. I'm kidding.
Girl, that is only the beginning.
Yeah.
Because you're going to do much more. I'm sure of it.
I think finding people that are like-minded, that have the same drive and same goals that you're looking for is super. It just feels so good. It just feels like really good food that you can just enjoy over and over and over, and it just feels really good inside of you too. It's not like trash food. It's not fast food. It's like food that's gonna like nurture you and like give you good, you know what I mean, energy. So that's the same thing with people. Whatever we consume, the people that we surround ourselves with, is really a reflection of what we allow and what we are. So finding Gabe and Snotty is like amazing because they have the same drive. They create the same. They create amazing things in different ways that I don't know how to create, but I can learn so much from them. And that's what I love, just learning from people and participating in their growth. That's what I care about. So
you all make contributions in which y'all can gather things from one another, and y'all end up being more well-rounded for it. So I can visibly see that.
Yeah, I mean,
and I only met you for this short period of time.
Yeah, you know, we're giving it, and honestly, I would hate to say that any of us haven't given anything 100% on something, but we truly realize that when you join three great minds that are giving 100%, 120%, you know, 1,000%, we're making 3,000% all as a unit, you know. We're running like a train non-stop, you know. We're keeping it's all uphill, you know, for us, and it's such a blessing in connecting with these two individuals, working with that mind. I felt like I had a hunger that was kind of getting fed, you know, and it's just been bringing in that process, you know. We sharpen it like a knife, but you know, we're a whole utility knife, you know. We got multiple skills and we got everything to connect. We're here to be sharper than anything else.
So what else is on the calendar? Just right now we got the upcoming 26. So do you have anything else in the works?
Yo. March 26th. Snotty's Big Body Bar Party. Snotty's Big Body Bar Party. That's what we doing, man. That's what we talking
That's
about.
full focus, you know. We would love to say about different things, but in reality, you know, like how he said it, and with all that energy, it's 100% going for that. You know, at the end of the day, that's secondhand doubts right now. We eat, sleep, and you know, we grind it all out. You know, 26 is what the day we're looking for, and that's the only thing we're doing.
Alright, just checking with your calendar.
Of course.
Okay.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. This is an important part of Phoenix culture right now. You know what I mean? This is what we're talking about. This is what's happening. When people ask what's happening, I say the happening is happening now.
Yeah.
Don't get left. You know what I mean? March 26th. This is what we're talking about. It's not his big body beat party. We got a community flea market. We got the big body beat battle with a cash reward prize of $100 in the form of a big body check, all coming out of our pockets as a three-piece unit. You know what I mean? After that, we got stand-up comedy. What event you know out here do stand-up comedy with the beats, with the raps, with the flea market? You don't. You don't. You know what I mean? This is what we doing. This is what we talking about. You know what I mean? And after that, we doing live rap performances. We got my man Mastermind out here, Phoenix local, man. Shout out to Mastermind. Shout out to the whole South Side. You know what I mean? And then after that, we got Ty Desai. Ty Desai is my boy from LA from way back in the day. You know what I mean? So he putting LA on. You know what I mean? You know, we don't. Hey, turn that up.
Slide these with your butt down.
Hey. Check though. We get in LA out here, man. When people come from LA, it's usually a bigger artist, lower underground, established artist, but we don't have nobody who's coming up, you know what I mean? So we're not showing love to our contemporaries, and that's an issue, you know what I mean? That's a big ass issue. And then so to further that narrative, we got my boy from Baltimore, man. We got my boy from Baltimore. He's an entertainer, along with the business owner, man. He has a club out in Baltimore called Pump 9, you know what I mean? He's 24 years old, got his own club for the whole community, you know what I mean? And really setting the standard.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you. Setting the standard for people like us out here, you know what I mean? So when I see that kind of stuff happening in Baltimore, when I see this stuff kind of happening in LA, I see stuff happening in Oakland, we gonna implement these kind of strategies out here because honestly, Phoenix getting dry, bro. After the whole COVID stuff, everything went dry. It's like what? So we not gonna pick up where we left off? No, we gonna pick up where we left off and take it to the moon. You know what I mean? And then to end the night, you got me, Snotty Chan, half dragon, half man, aka Snotty Man, aka Snotty Van Dam, aka Snotty Pendergrass, aka Snotty Luther King Jr., aka Snotty D Luffy. To end the night, you know what I mean? But I gotta keep it real, man. I couldn't do this without my fucking team right here. You know what I mean? I couldn't do this without Gabe, bro.
Thank you.
I couldn't do this without Jess. I sure couldn't do this without Jess. I sure couldn't do this without Gabe. But most importantly, we couldn't do this without the community. Because what we setting up, bro, we put in so much money, time, and effort in for the last 2 months. We've been going hard as heck. We've been going dumb for the last 2 months. You know what I mean? So March 26th, mark your calendars. Gracie's Bar, 5 p.m.
And to follow on that, he's totally preaching the truth. You know, honestly, personally, I've been sleeping in this. You know, I'm at work thinking about like the things that we're gonna need. Do we need this? Are we gonna do this? Who are we talking to? Oh, you know, if you ain't talking about this event, we ain't talking. You know, it's totally about this is being focused. Ain't nothing there. You know, straight play. You know, it's practically I see red now because it's just this. You know, it's just this. It's just all I need to know. You know, at the end of the day, it's like a boxer. You know, it's kicking my butt. I wouldn't lie to you, but at the same time, I wouldn't be anywhere else. You know, this is home.
I like the focus.
I got it.
I mean, I spoke to you all three, and it's the same focus. That's what I like. You know, I like that gentleness. If you get what I'm saying, you all are seeing the same thing, which means that the collectiveness is there.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying, and as I said earlier on, it's so fitting. The mind, the body, and the soul all connect. All the links are connected. I like that, bro. I like your energy, bro. I must tell you that. As a performer, man, you gotta have energy.
Hey,
Sometimes as a performer, you can be singing crap, but your energy, people see your energy and it's crap. It's different.
Hey, Snotty walks like a son, man.
That's
You
what I'm
see
saying.
you feel him even without him being close to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoa!
The energy, I like your energy, but in all being said, right, about this event. So obviously he's a rapper, right? So what is your specialty?
Honestly, I help curate and make events for people. You know, I understand there's a lot of great minds like Snotty. You know, there's a lot of people that took inspiration, and it's one of those things that I have to find those people that want to carry that Snotty energy. You know, that want to carry that kind of thing, and I'm here to facilitate that kind of thing. You know, I'm here to make it. I understand that it's a harsh industry. It's an expensive industry to join in, and I'm here to make it cheap for you. I'm here to help you out. You know, it's all love for me. You know, I was raised as an immigrant, but being raised as an immigrant, I was taught to, you meet the Guatemalans, the Salvadoreños, my Dominicans, my Haitianos, my Cubans, shout out to my Puerto Ricans, they raised me, on that arroz and country. I wasn't just raised as a Mexican, I was raised with the plethora of energy, so I just realizing that kind of thing, I realized that I needed to help all that is around me. It was one of those things that it's my due. A lot of people sacrifice a lot of good things for me. Personally, I am still finding that reason why they gave so much to me, but as I owe them. I may not be repaid in monetary life, but I'm here to give them love that they gave me. They gave me a lot, and I got a lot to share. So I'm here to make it easy for you. If anybody's interested, I'm here to make your event come June. Anything that you want to work up. Like I said, you can find me on Moreno Guerrero. I'm gonna set up soon an Instagram on the Caroga, Karoga. Still working on them, becoming an LLC, but you'll catch me there. If you need help, I got 2 hands.
All right, that's good. Your cup floweth over.
Yeah. And
Jessica.
Earlier on, we discovered that you're into
I love the visual arts.
the visual arts.
I'm very attracted to anything beautiful. Anything beautiful. But I think my main, if I were to put it in a category, I hate to put people in categories first and foremost. I hate boxes. I hate categories. I hate tags. So I wouldn't even call him a rapper. I feel like he does more than that. But for me, I would say my main source would be photography. I'm a photographer. I've been doing it for about 9-10 years now. I also have a podcast, which is more of like a side thing because I just enjoy talking. And I love taking pictures of people that I love. I think I'm very inspired by people's inner beauty, what they have to offer, and then how to showcase it visually. I love fashion. I love things that are put together beautifully and represent the person. And when it comes to this event, I'm the mind as well. With that, I just have great ideas. I can see beauty, and I love to collaborate. I love people. So it's just like a lot. I think I'm multifaceted, and I can do a lot of things. I basically speak 3 different languages, and I just like to, my mind is just, it's expanding, and I love to learn. So I'm a teacher, a learner, a student, everything.
A great mind, for sure.
I like the expansion, okay? I think we all need to be expanding, not our waistlines, but them minds, okay?
Boom, boom! Yeah, I like it. And to all the viewers tuning in with us, so we want to thank you guys for joining us. If you guys have questions, you guys can always throw it. We will see it, Any question for the team? Let's have it.
Yo, ask them questions, man. We a wealth of knowledge, man. We young, but we a wealth of knowledge, you heard me? I want to say real quick, man, yo, JB, man, Jess Blanco, man, she like the glue of the whole operation, man, for real. She, when Gabe, because, Gabe is like a locomotive, like the bullet train, And me, myself, I would consider myself like a rocket ship, So it's like hard to get to bridge the gap between the two because we're moving so fast. And Jess does an excellent job of making sure that his points are being validated and put into the piece, bringing back to me, my pieces are added to the piece, taking both of them and making them the glue between them, because Gabe and I are mad ambitious, we have a lot going on, and we have a lot that we trying to push, and we have a lot that we trying to add, so it's like, it's that trine, man, it's that trine of energy, not a piece of that energy goes to waste, not a piece of that energy sits stagnant.
Well, that's good. That's good. Stagnation is, regression, decay. You start dying if you stagnate. So you gotta live.
Exactly. And I feel like Phoenix really craves this. Like every time I meet an artist, everybody just feels so left out, but still has the drive to push whatever they're doing. Whether it's a photographer, a stylist, a rapper, lyricist, a beat maker, there's always like so much drive and like inspiration, but Phoenix, I don't know why everybody's just kind of like in their own pockets. And I think it's really important to collectivize.
No,
we all have the same goal, you know what I mean? We just
bring all that energy in one space in one area at one time instead of cliquish and nobody really makes it nowhere. You put the full weight of the community and the artist community behind everything, and then you can move mountains. I get it.
And it's like this too. It's like, who you think the middleman is? Who you think the middleman is when everybody compartmentalized? When the filmmakers is over here, the musician, the rappers over here, the guitarist over here. You know what I mean? The comedians over here. Who do you think the middleman is?
I think the audience should be the audience.
No, I'm telling you, the middleman is Walmart. The middleman is Amazon.
Oh, okay.
The middleman is a big corporation who don't care about nobody.
Okay. Oh, you know, today I was thinking of the same thing though. I was saying the same thing because like I'm saying, and I don't mean to drift from what's going on. I was saying the same thing like today about the gas price going skyrocket.
Oh yeah.
And everybody wants to blame Joe Biden this, Joe Biden that. I say, hey, have you ever heard one of these corporation or organization speak out about this? See that they're going to lower it? No, they're not. They are benefiting from it.
Yes.
If it was working vice versa, that something was going wrong, you would have heard all of them coming into town. They don't care about consumers. They don't. And just as you said about the big corporations, bro, don't care about the small person. They don't.
Let me tack on that too. Think about this as well, right? Who in here? I'm not even gonna do who in here, but think about audience. I want y'all to think about this. How many of y'all got an unemployment check?
Ooh.
How many of y'all got an unemployment check? How many of y'all got a PPP loan? Okay, now check this out. Where did you spend your unemployment money?
Not the PP.
Where did you spend your PPP loan? You spent it with Walmart. You spent it at Big Five. You spent it at the Nike outlet store. Not one of them dollars, maybe two of them dollars max went to the people in the community. So now when everybody, now it's 2022, right? And you probably a year or two off of your little government money. Where can the community show that wealth? That's where you messed up.
Well, let me tell you this, okay? We talk about big corporate. I don't look at them like no middleman. Because they ain't in the middle of what's going on in the community. The community, at any point in time, can come together and move mountains. The corporation won't be a thing. It'll be irrelevant, okay? If you put your own stuff out there and you back it, you back your own platform. Say you ain't fucking with TikTok, because TikTok don't like black
Niggas.
content makers.
Niggas.
Okay, well, why we not out there pushing our own? Why we not got our own Walmart, but it's, black market? I don't know. But if we did that and we put our weight behind that, all this is irrelevant.
True.
Don't need to have a conversation about big man or corporate conglomerate or whoever the unseen is. But as long as we are divided, that's a divide and conquer. That's a Napoleon complex thing going on.
Talk to him.
True.
Talk to him, baby. Talk to him. No, and then that's totally true. They try to dumbify our ideas, I mean, personally, like a Mexican spot, we try to come up. What do? They build a Taco Bell like that represents us, You talk about something African, they try to make a mock of our energy, They try to make
churches.
Churches, We got communities that are being mocked upon, and when we bring up our ideas, they don't want us, that sounds dumb. Well,
don't bring your idea to their doorstep.
But exactly.
That's the problem.
Well, that's how they wanted it, But at the end of the day, we got to remind us that the people are the ones that made this system, We're the ones that will make it together, We all be together one more piece.
I mean, what do you think revolution's about? Burning this bitch down, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not about burning nothing down. It's about building. Revolution is about building.
Think about it. A forest, right? You want new growth. They burn a portion of the forest down in a controlled fire because it adds nutrients to the soil so the new trees that come up, bigger, taller, stronger, wider.
And this is why we're here.
Okay?
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay?
Give a little controlled fire, March 26th. Hey, get ready for that fire.
Bitch.
100%.
My bro, I'm 1,000% with you there. I'm 1,000% with that. Because I mean, every day, like, I look and I try to think how we can pull us together as a people, bro. Where do you come from? Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, wherever you come from. If you don't have that link, bro, that chain reaction link, bro, then it's nothing. And that's what you're using on us. The old mind, they're manipulating us, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
They're manipulating.
We don't need to be separated. We is one. From the Mexican community and the black community.
Because listen, this is where it started. This is where it started from. You see the day
Indian community.
You see the day they put you in a different community. Oh, it's black. It's Hispanic. It's immigrant. That's a day it changes. Because every day it's separated. Yeah, that's where the separation started from. Yeah, Where else? There's nowhere else in the world you go and you hear that. Nowhere else but here. When they talk about this group, that group, the other group. Nowhere else but here.
So can I touch on that real quick? So you asked us what's next on the agenda. I'm gonna tell you what's next on the agenda. I wasn't gonna say it.
Why
Nadia!
you bring it with me? You just bring it out. Bring
Nadia,
it
I don't know
out.
why you say it. You're not supposed to say it, man. Next on the agenda, man, for us, man, we about to do it for us, man.
Let's
You don't be mad. You don't be mad. The next agenda for us, man, we about to, so out here, we about to do a merge of the black community and the brown community out here, man. If you asking now what's next for us, man, we can do the low rider joints, you know what I mean? We can do whatever. We get the papooses out here, you know what I mean? We about to, yeah, you about to know, we about to do it, you know what I mean? We about to have all kinds of festivities, man. We about to have the basket weaver out here, the African basket weaver out here, man. We
What
about
about
to
the
do it all.
Kachina doll makers? The native community.
Hey, no.
Shout out to my natives too.
And that's what I'm saying, but you gotta allow us to start. You know what I mean? You gotta allow
Let's
us
get
to.
it popping.
You know what I mean? Because like when we look at majorities, you know what I mean? I'm trying to tackle the majorities who gonna rock with it, the people who can feel the struggle. You know what I mean? So cause I can't tell you how many times I go down a Mexican community and don't nobody want me there. I'm like, don't y'all share the same struggle?
Bachelors in AZ.
I
I
gotta-
gotta you welcome.
Don't you share the same struggle? Aren't we all struggling in here? You know what I mean?
It doesn't always happen like that.
It don't-
I've been embraced by the community.
No,
Heck, I learned how to make
no,
chilaquiles because of the community.
no,
too.
that's a valid point, bro. Because
Yeah.
even people look like me. I don't, because when I was growing up, guys, I learned that black, white is not a color. So I'm not going to say black and white.
Facts.
It's just shade. They say it's shade. So somebody's contradicting themselves. So sometimes, based on some areas that I go, people look like me. I think that the approach is different. You know, I don't feel that welcome. I don't feel welcome.
I think it depends on the mindset of the person.
That's what I'm saying. You know, sometimes we gotta teach. We gotta show. You know, because I'm a person who on TikTok hard, bro. And this lady put out a video. She was talking about Black American. Once you say to them, say, hey, African American, they don't see themselves as African. They don't.
I'm African as fuck.
No, I'm saying something. They don't.
I think.
If somebody says, oh no, we're not from Ghana. If people try to look down on Africa, bro. They try to look down on Africa. I just don't see the sense. I just don't see it. But you know, it's all in the education that was fed.
Yeah.
That's why I go back and say they're manipulating us. You know, because you know.
They're creating systems just to separate
Exactly.
us and things that don't
We
even
come in
have
a,
to
yeah,
exist.
we come in a story and nobody want to go and find out the truth.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
let's start trending together. Let's
Yeah,
create
I mean,
the trend. Start
like, you
the
know, like
trend.
Snotty said, you know, it's something that it's a very insightful thought because I mean, likewise, it goes into when I go into the African community, it's a difference, and that's what I mean. I don't feel like it's initially hate; it's just confusion. You know, for a lot, especially for my people, it's just that we're subjective to be, you know, underground. I mean, sadly to say, you know, a lot of the bad things that we see from other cultures is because we're forced to be there as an immigrant. You know, we don't come with any money, we don't come with anything. So where do we have to live? In the ghetto. You know, with the people. You know, we don't get to see the beauty in the black. We don't get to see the beauty in the Puerto Ricans. We don't get to see them because at the end of the day, we're being forced to suffer, you know? And I think that's, once we break those barriers, especially me in particular, is, you know, hanging out with Snotty, hanging out with these people, we were able to really communicate it, you know? There's a language barrier is one thing, but, you know, culturally, they've just really just sickened the whole system.
And it's funny because like a lot of cultures is based off of what? A lot of our cultures here in the United States of America is based off of colonialism. So like if talking about, oh, we ain't got no common ground, we don't do this, nah, I beg to differ. Because we both trying to make it, you know what I mean? And that's the whole purpose, and that's the subliminal whole purpose of the Snotty's Big Body Bar Party. Even though it may seem very like egocentric towards me, it's really selfless because I've been doing my best, and we've been doing our best to incorporate everybody in the community. You know what I mean? When it comes to community, when it comes to vendors, there's people who I've only seen at rock shows. There's like some hardcore gear that you can get at the spot. But that don't matter because that's a person in the culture. That's people in the culture. And my whole goal is not to amass a bunch of money and capitalize off everybody like the people who oppress me. No, my goal is to, okay, you do that and you over there and you usually don't fuck with this. That's okay. Just come through and bring your peoples through because you're going to see something that you ain't never seen before.
Facts.
And then we can have a conversation.
Everybody get introduced.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, you know, a little surprised. You know, I was out here buying those spray can, and I met some Ukrainian people. Shout out to my, you know, Ukrainians. You'll see better days, so for sure that's a guarantee. You know, they're hustlers and everything. But you know, I got to talk to some Ukrainian guys, and they were all sweet and nice. And hey, they're coming to the 26th. You know, we're out here breaking status. You know, shit.
Yes.
They let the Mexican let it talk to them for a little bit. That's a blessing. You know, they're sweet people and everything, and that's the whole point. You know, that was the whole aspect. That we're just trying to break that barrier because I kind of do. I understand where Snotty's coming from. You know, because I felt like that's my own aspect. When people, you're not supposed to be here, and you're like, what do you mean? I've been here since day one. You know, and it's just like, damn. But you know, this is what we're all doing. You know, put a new footing, changing the layout.
Hey, well, some people let you love and let you live. I mean, my homegirl Erica is watching. She's Hispanic.
Shout out
Been
Erica.
knowing
Hey,
her
we love you.
Shout out
since
Erica.
I was young little teenager in high school, running around in the streets with her. Okay, I was always accepted in the community. I'll be all in their house.
When you
eating
was in the
all the
streets?
food.
You was in the streets?
Yes.
You had me fooled.
I know. Yeah. Once upon a time, though, bro. Once upon a time, not this day and age. Okay, I'm a little bit more careful about my cipher. But with that being said, you know, go into their house, their mom would be cooking for me. It was like I was part of the family, okay?
Of course, all the time.
All the time. We in the streets together.
I got a
We in the
question.
trenches, we in the trenches together.
Exactly.
We coming up
We're
together.
neighbors, but love your neighbor.
Just what you about to say?
Right.
Oh yeah. So what you said about the mind control, I wanted to hit on that because I think it's important to understand that by collectivizing, we have a lot of things in common, more than we realize. We let other people's ideals or ideas control the way that we think, and by that we're allowing a system above us that is completely detached to tell us how to think and see other people. So even when we talk about like the communities that were built in like quote unquote the ghetto, it's like that's not a representation of the Puerto Rican community, the Black community, the Mexican community, etc. It's just the way that this capitalistic colonial society has put people in pockets and made them feel like that's who they are as a culture, and that's what people are
It's
so
not.
scared
We're
of.
so rich.
Right, and it's like people are so scared to claim where they come from, like, oh, you're Haitian, you're African, you're Colombian, you're Venezuelan. People are so afraid to claim or be proud of who they are because of all the stigma that is behind who you are. Even as an immigrant, you're seen as dirty. I got that a lot when I moved here, and I did not understand because I was way smarter than the kids that were here because the education system, that's another thing. And that's the reason why people are the way that they are, because the education system here is awful.
Impoverished in the mind, and
The
so
worst.
there's reflection in their life.
And then they want to carry themselves like it's not the case, but at the end of the day, they just isolate people. And then people isolate each other and think as themselves as above because of their skin color or wherever they come from. So ultimately, having a place where people can showcase their abilities, artists, who they are, and connect each other, barter with each other, and really be who they are, be celebrated for who they are. It's like the most important thing that I think that this event is about. So I'm really excited to see everybody.
Right? I agree with what you're saying. You know, we don't want to perpetuate all of that bullshit that they try to create, like all around the world. Propaganda in the mind and in the media and all over. Forget all about that. Like I said, they'll be irrelevant. Think about it. The Trail of Tears, right? You got the Indians and politically correct, sorry, forgive me, Native Americans, and blacks had to travel on foot all the way to another state, Oklahoma, okay? Some of them died off on the journey, some made it. The ones that made it became their own community, worked together, built up businesses just so we could get bombed on U.S. soil, planes crashing into our communities, stuff being set on fire because our dollar's going 36 times around in our community. We made them irrelevant, even though we had to kick rocks and damn near die off in the trail. But the ones that didn't make it, they made the powers that be irrelevant. History has a way of repeating itself. It can be done again.
So what we doing right now? What's the game plan? What do y'all think is the game plan? Our beautiful guests.
Well, I think more events like your triple BP. Yeah, I'm saying it for sure, girl. Because that's a lot of words.
As triple BP, let's go.
More events like that. I really, truly do believe, like, bring the artist community together and let us use what God gave us. So many times they mine our community for all its jewels and then misrepresent it as their own ideas. Let us take control of our tools.
It's like a bunch of clowns too. It's you go in there and you're like, what is this?
You've seen it. I mean, all day long. How many times I've seen cultural appropriation where, you know, it'll be like some crispy Caucasian supermodel with braids, and they will act like that is the first time braids has ever been seen in life.
Boy, you crispy.
Like on some Bo Derek type stuff.
And then they name it urban to make it the urban clothing, the urban stuff. They don't want to give us the credit.
So guys, and no sugarcoating on it though, but this was all planned, bro. It's something to make one set of people look bad and the other set look good. If you realize, growing up, I don't know if Gwen is accustomed to it, but me personally, when I used to read a lot of books, bro. And most of those books were like contain a lot of white images, no other color. And it was all gold and dandy and nice
Propaganda.
And if you see another book with colorful people, it's all bad. So all time, I mean, growing up, the mind works on mind that anything is black is not good. Anything is white is good. So it starts from the mind. Oh, you ever look at kids back in the days picking dolls?
Yeah, I seen the study. It was on 2020.
They used to pick
Yeah.
the white dolls because what is stimulating the mind is the white one is good. So it's
Propaganda.
It's from creation. Blacks. We came here in chain and shackles, right? Right? Came here with nothing at all. Right? So how did guns, drugs came? Where did it come from?
I think they might have grown on trees.
Systematic destruction.
So they get us over here to do the work because back in history. So when colonialism took place, right? We came and saw the natives. The natives were strong enough to cultivate. So they say, how can we get some strong guys to work the land? And the first crop they started with cotton. They used to pick cotton. But after, it's just like business. After doing a business for years and years, it changes. And they started going into tobacco. The demand for tobacco was no longer essential. So they went to sugarcane. Sugarcane takes more demand, it takes more power. So they said, all right, let's go to Africa. Get some people. Right? And that's where the process starts. So I think it was so properly orchestrated, Gwen, to get us over here to work and then to get rid of us by any means necessary.
But don't you know the story of Achilles?
Any means necessary. That's why you have a lot of lynching back in the days. Mass grave. Yes? And at one point, even in the Constitution, it states second class citizens. Which means you're not citizens. That's what it says. It was properly orchestrated. If you realize the same crime, two different parties, same crime, or three different parties, same crime, but one get more and one get less. But it was properly orchestrated. The laws was written for us. It was written against us.
Well, at the end of the day, I say we got the tools to make the difference.
But that's what I'm saying.
What's your solution? Well, you talking so down.
People,
I'm about to cry.
No, I'm saying.
You see the tears in my
12
eyes?
years a slave is going on.
Y'all see the tears in my eyes?
I'm saying, bro, like people, it's a collective effort, which, especially in a time like this, bro, is not there. Everybody is just thinking of themselves. They're not thinking about Gwen, they're not thinking about OT, they're not thinking about Gabriel, not thinking about
They thinking about me.
Well, let's make it an infectious mindset. Let's be the example.
Things will only happen on a collective
Trending.
basis when everybody's saying the same thing. You see what I'm saying, bro? You know, it's just like people, it's just like reading the Bible. We only take a certain scriptures. We only take a certain scriptures from the Bible. But when we read the Bible, it stipulates, it said in John 16 said, for God so loved the world and he gave his only begotten son.
OT, can you please give us some positivity just one time? Just one lick of positivity, man.
Bro,
I'm about to quit this event, man.
Listen.
March 26th, man. It's over. OT said. OT said it's over.
Alright, but watch now, bro. Watch now. I like that, bro. I like that, bro. I like that. I like that. No, honestly, I like that, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why I like that. Well, guess what? We're gonna tell you when we come back from the break, though.
OT said that March 26th ain't happening because we screwed.
Yeah, we're gonna take a short break, bro. When we come back, bro.
OT speaking some truth. Honestly,
no.
you're speaking the truth of a positive outcome because the fact that we could talk about it right now,
listen. We're gonna take a short break, but when we come back, we're gonna fire up this discussion. Take it away, DJ Vista.
Boom, boom.
Which discussion? The topic you're supposed to be on?
Oh, just no. Hey, that's why we freelance, girl.
OT said you're not never gonna make it out of here. OT said there's not a chance.
No, I like that. No. I like that. You don't let what people said about you. Like, you gotta write something. It's just like. As long as he ain't touching me, bro, we're good.
Right, straight up.
As long as he ain't touching me, we're good. I'm first. I know. Yeah. No problem.
We got a lot of influencers in this world.
You ain't gonna take your break? Go take a break. Take a sip. I'm just.
Man, is that your cue for putting shut the fuck up?
No. Greg, come on, Greg. Come on.
Damn.
Greg, come on. Hey, Greg. Where's all this vibe coming from?
What?
Where's all this bonus coming from?
Bonus hours. Good night.
Coming up.
Good night.
Bitch like played like the original Zero. Try to tell me about my moves flying in and out of portals like the game was not no more. My life was just blessed. Always keep a blade on the left to attest me. Left you more dead than a dead man on ice. I hesitate twice, still slices dice your life with a lighting slice strike. Boy, you better know. Snotty beat the shit out your soul till the bed posing as me and just post me a G. You can get the verse for a $30 fee. Work with me. Most of y'all be like, nah, I'm Jesse James with the blade, motherfucker, yeehaw. Rock with me. Hey, thanks for rock with me. I'm a teacher, Mr. Crocker with me. Hey, thanks for rock with me.
Gwen, you ready?
I'm very,
Yeah, that's.
You sure?
I'm very sure.
You're born ready?
Oh, stay ready so you
Welcome
ain't gotta
back.
get ready.
Okay. Alright, so people, welcome back to YAWD VYBZ Speak English. And of course, I'm the host with the most OT. And my co-host here.
Lady Gwen, the one and only.
And of course, we have the mind, the body, and soul unit right here with us. We have Lady Jessica. And we have.
Gabriel, the myth, the
And
legend.
then we have the man.
Hey, yo!
We got Snotty the Snotty man.
So yeah, we are on the final segment. The final segment of the team, of course, and that just now you heard from DJ Briscoe, of course. You know, we have to have an in-house DJ, you know. Sometimes he's unruly. And of course, we got the production team, of course. Yeah, and each week we come here, guys, with us. We try to have a vibes here, guys.
It's a beautiful one.
Yeah, we try to have a vibes here. So what I'm saying, the camaraderie is here. You know, it's growing up, honestly. And as I said, and a lot of time I like to tell Gwen my story. You know, growing up, I don't see animosity there. It's there, but I don't see it. I'm not the type of person who is going to make the fire bigger. You know, you come with fire, I'm not coming with fire, I'm coming with water. I'm coming with the element that's silent but it's deadly, but at the same time it's also gonna bring some resolution.
The Scorpio.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not the type of person going to pay tit for tat. I can't do it. But no, you know. So sometimes I may be in the wrong, I may be in the right. You know, sometimes I may walk away, come back and say, hey, you know, we could have done it this way or that way. I'm not going to be the type of person. So I'm right and so, you know. I like to listen sometimes. And I like to listen. I like to take constructive criticism as well. And I also like to, you know, get others' opinion on something. You know, because I mean that's how it's gonna work. You know, it's not about me knowing, because you may know it one way, but I'm telling you, somebody has know a quicker or a lighter way. You know, last week we were talking about mathematics, right? And I'm saying, like, going to school, my maths teacher, he taught me like trigonometry so long ways. Nowadays that was. Time is changing, it's evolving. But if we as a people are not evolving as time is moving, then we're gonna stuck in the same place. We're gonna stuck in the same place. So that's why when we were wrapping up for a break, I was saying that we can change it if we so desire to, bro. You know, the name calling, we have to rise above, because I'm telling you, you see that little word they call it nigger, whatever, and people, you know, offended up. That's how they want it to be done, bro. They want you to live in that zone still. No, the thing I find very offensive with that is that you call me nigger, I call you nigger. It's okay. People hear me call you nigger. If you don't like the word so much, don't use it. Don't give it energy. The more you give it energy, it's gonna linger. It's just like me calling your name, Gwen. You don't like the name, but the moment you flare up and, you know, it's only giving me energy to call it the name more.
Nah, I just won't be in your presence.
But that's what I'm saying. But no, I'm saying if you give it that interaction, it's just giving me more energy. Anytime I see Gwen, Gwen is up, whatever. Because I know she's gonna do that. I know she's gonna react in that way.
And I'm gonna refer to Snotty's circle being so smart.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way to conquer that is to ignore it. Is to be the bigger person. That's only the way you conquer it, bro. But if you're living in the league, because I'm saying, bro, in history, they deliberately cut some of the story. Not all the stories are true, but they want to sell you what they wanted to sell you, bro.
And that's why Kanye West is out here talking about, you know what I mean, control your own narrative. You know, control your own narrative. That's like the beginning of, or that's the end of the beginning of the beginning of the end of the whatever. You know what I mean? It's controlling your own narrative. It's telling you a story. I would like to ask these two, like, what do y'all see as, you know, solutions to this mess that we in? You know what I mean? Like, what are some solutions? I'm gonna start with Jess.
Which mess are we talking about specifically?
We talking about the mess that we've been talking about, the one that we stuck in. You know what I mean? When it comes to so many things, you know how our people got here. You know, when it comes to colonialism, you know what I mean? How it comes to capitalism, how can we make a change as people in the community?
Breaking the barriers, bro. I'm breaking the barriers. That breaking the barriers, that's the only way. If you're stuck in that zone, we're gonna stuck in it. You realize you're from different background. She's different background. All coming together to make something happen. Mm-hmm. So the generation changing, and I think generation changing over time, bro, things is going to change. I'm telling you.
I hear you.
It's going to change. Because people are becoming more smarter. Well, I wouldn't even say smarter, but people are opening up.
Well, we here.
I want to hear what Jess got to say.
Talk to him, Jess.
I think one of the first things that I believe will change everybody's perspective is education. So understanding all these systems that have been put onto us and where they took us, and the lanes of how the mind really works right now because of the way that people have told us how to think. Nice. So that goes from everything, every system that has been created under colonialism, under capitalism, all of those come from white supremacy. So understanding where all of the discrepancies, all of the division, all of that really comes from is the first step. Then it comes to now immediate answers. I would say probably like something along the lines of building community. So understanding your neighbors, understanding the person that you work with, talking to people. That's when you can understand where people's struggles start with, along with educating yourself and educating others. Because with that, you're gonna create a whole cycle and circle of just like motion of change. Because that's what we want. Ultimately, we want people to understand, because if you tell somebody what to do, they're gonna do it. But if you make them understand something, you're gonna change different actions of what they do. Not only that immediate change, but everything. The way that they think, the way that they raise their children, the way that they talk to the people that they work with, the way that they work at work, the way that everything, the way that you consume, because that's where you put your money, right? And money, to a lot of people, is everything. So I think it's just educating is the first basis, then touching with your community.
Boom!
All right. Who's next, Gabriel?
Yeah, I was getting into it.
Boom!
Almost damn. I woke up. It's Sunday, huh? So yeah, no, that's just to follow up on it. Growing up as an immigrant, it's a true blessing. I mean, I think it's a big staple of who I am, so I cannot deny it. Growing up as a Mexican, there was a lot of days where I had to talk to my uncles through a thick glass, through a phone, and looking right next to me, I see another fella talking to his family. It's heartbreaking when you see their daughter and you're telling them it's gonna be all right, and you see that man walk away, and you're like, I know damn well he's gonna cry. And that's a grown man, and that hurts. But at the same time, I was raised in a different subcultures, and it ain't different from the Cuban people when they're out here escaping. They having to throw themselves in the ocean to really even make it over here.
Damn.
At the end of the day, you hear about the lies that Fidel gave them. You look at the videos of how they celebrate their birthdays, and it's just like, wow, there could be more, and there should be more. I understand that struggle, and that's where I feel like I wasn't alone. I wasn't alone in this little dark world. Of course, there's always a little bright candle, and it's only getting brighter and brighter. And that's a blessing. And I think communicating to each other's our struggles and trying to make them understand. It's different. It's different for the Mexican community. It's different for all my Cubans. It's different for the African community. And it's, I think, full understanding of what we're suffering is the best idea of how we could approach it. What is the true pain? What are we feeling? At the end of the day, we feel it everywhere. It's in our heart. When we're all crying, we may be crying for a different meaning and a different thing, but it's in us. I may be crying because my uncle or a family member got deported and I miss them and I need them. But at the same time, I look at right next to myself and I look at one of my friends, and his dad was serving 25. He needed his father, and he didn't have him, and it's just it's a harsh world, especially when they build a system where, the only way you could really pay your price is for your father to leave. The only way to really get stamps and aids and government, you gotta have no father. So how are you supposed to be a man when you want romance around you? They've taught us a culture where, we can't depend on each other because that's dumb, or it's something that it's not equal, it's not efficient, and it's we gotta break those, understanding each other, really breaking barriers, how you were saying, breaking that grasp and saying, okay, we gotta take it for what it is, understanding how maybe your problem and how you solve your problem is maybe how I will solve my problem. That's the beauty about it, especially with the internet. It's so connected, and we got things translating. There's really a language anymore, I could be speaking to you, and there's caption on this live stream, speaking in Chinese, and in Ukrainian, and in Russian, and in a different language, that's the whole purpose, And I think this right now, what Renaissance is doing, what this podcast is doing, is breaking. We got the Jamaicans, we got Salvadoreños, right? We got Americans, we got Mexicans talking to us in a big room, and this shit. I know some people are real mad right now about us sitting in this grand table, but it's too sad. We're here. We're here to sit a foot. Hell no. I'd rather be dead than not here. True blessings.
Trendsetting.
You see, you cannot. No one can never understand somebody is struggling, right, without having a conversation. So the first point is having a conversation. You can't take person because of face value or what the stigma that somebody planted on someone. You can't take that, because a lot of person, everyone go through struggles differently, and everybody deal with it differently. Yeah. But it's just sometimes, as I said, you have to take yourself from the zone, and actually go seek. Because when for instance, I like to cast back my stories. Going to school again, I used to do Caribbean history. In Caribbean history and in American history, it's two different something.
Wow.
The story that I read in Caribbean history, I don't see here in American history. They tell you that they paint the picture of Christopher Columbus is all sassy and dandy, nice guy. That's what that's the picture they paint. But this guy was a murderer. He was a rapist. Yeah, they didn't tell you that Christopher Columbus in his last day when he couldn't fulfill getting all the goals and things for the empire, they locked him up, threw him in prison.
They taught you that in school?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I want to go to your school.
No, I'm telling you.
Re-indoctrinate me.
Christopher Columbus had a brother. His name is Batista.
Never heard of it.
Wicked. He's wicked than Christopher Columbus. They would rape the Aro Indians. They would rape the women, cut them up, torture them. They don't tell you that. These are the same people who go about capture your lands. Now it becomes theirs. You have to go back and pay them taxes for it, and you own that land. So I'm saying it's just taking away all the substance. What is how they want the story to tell, right? It's just like you telling a story and you want to say Jessica is a nice girl, but the bad part of it is hidden. No one will know.
That was a hard no with that one.
Hey Pebbles, what's up? Welcome Pebbles. So yeah, the story, bro. But I'm saying first, in order to understand each other, bro, we first have to have the conversation. Yeah, and until we are willing to have a conversation, then we can understand how different groups of people do things. Because we actually do the things the same thing, but we do it differently. But at the end of the day, I think we're getting the same results. You know?
Yeah, it's a different meaning to the struggle, but at the end of the day, it's still struggle, you know?
It's the same ending. The same struggle. Well, different struggle maybe end up the same results.
Well, yeah, I totally forgot to mention, like, let's say how you were saying the Native Americans, you've been pretty, you know, it's sad to say, but this is their land. They were the first victims, per se, you know, we took away their land, per se, or, you know, communism, you know, just took this land. You know, and it's sad to hear, you know, that they can't even put solar panels in their houses because it's against the law. They can't even grow more than an acre. They can't marketize their own land, the thing that they were supposed to give it. And it's not even their land. You know, they were just giving a dirt pad. They were just giving something, and they can't even be self-sufficient to feed their people. You know, their school isn't at top gear. They don't get the money that they need. And those that actually get the money, it has to be run through casinos and underground stuff because they don't have that voice. And it's a sad thing to show. You know, I was, you know, living up north. It was a blessing to be raised around them. They're tough individuals, and you know, better days will come for them too.
Well, if we get it together, you know, who can make the rules when the majority rules? Okay, because that is exactly what we are. We're not minorities. We're really the majority.
When you really talk about the rules, Brady, you know, sometimes it fathoms me, yeah, that who write these rules?
Well, like she said,
the people do. You know, the majority does.
No, but I'm saying, bro, for you to sit in and orchestrate these rules, man, and then, because I'm telling you, it's great manipulation, you know. If you read even the laws of the land, bro, shit.
The world is not designed for us. It's designed.
But that's what I'm saying.
What do you think they say? When the Black Lives Matter movement was going on, there was this really profound woman who stated, so what if we basically burning this bitch down? This target ain't us, this ain't us, and you say pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, but we, you know, running a race that we 400 years behind in. You know, like the way she put it, that made sense because you always hear the statement placed on, you know, black people's head, hey, you're lazy, you're this, you're that. Why you don't pull yourself up by your bootstraps? But then everybody forgets all of the obstacles and the hurdles, and like you're made to run a race with a cinder block tied behind around your waist. And other people, they got shoes, you know, with feathers on it, wings on it, they flying, okay?
Not me.
Let me get them shoes, okay? But at the end of the day, we can make that irrelevant. You know, we in this room, that's not touched us. That's irrelevant. We speaking what we want to speak. We saying what we want to say. We feeling how we want to feel, and we promote what we want to promote because we in the house of our own people. Build more houses. for your people.
Solutions.
Go into the houses of your people, support the houses of your people, build up the houses of your people, build more houses for your people.
Ooh. So with that being said, Gwen, I want to put you on the spot. March 26th.
Triple BP,
Yeah, at Triple BP. Are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be supporting the house of the people?
I will support
Woo! Hey, let's get a round of applause for that, man. We got
I will
Gwen.
support the house.
OT, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. March 26th, Snotty's Big Body Bar Party.
Listen to me, I'm a supporter. As long as I'm not working, I'm good.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We got another one.
As long as I'm not working, man, we're done, bro. That's what I'm saying. Cause I'm a business owner, right? Well, I have a small.
I'm Gwen's date.
So,
Yo.
Alright,
we do Caribbean stuff, Caribbean products and spices and all those things. That's what I'm saying. So it's always my a part of me, man, to support the small business, because that's the backbone of a community. It's not a big one, no. It's a small community, and small businesses in the community. And one way we have to do that is just to support each other, bro.
And we creating an opportunity for everybody who want to support people. We creating an opportunity because, in my personal opinion,
And I applaud that.
Thank you, Gwen. That's why you gonna be there.
That is
We gonna get you the
right.
VIP table when you pay $20. But in my personal opinion, the solutions really just look like holding space for everybody. You know what I mean? Holding space for the people who because this how Gabe came to me. This how Gabe came to me with it all. He was like, I'm coming to you to work with you because I know you're the type of person who gets blessed and blesses more people. And I feel like that's the platform. The platform don't gotta be nothing in terms of an actual platform. It's just like the platform is like a criteria. Is you gonna support more people? If I give you this $20, are you gonna get yourself straight and go get somebody else straight? Because if not, I'm not trying to give you this $20 for real.
Yeah, be blessed.
Yeah,
Bless and be blessed.
Following what Snotty just said, I think that's, I guess, a big focus for me, because money makes the world go round. Growing up, I was raised with a pretty harsh family, but I was kind of vouched after a while that money is not the root of all evil. And at the end of the day, it's not.
It's
really
a tool.
At the end of the day, it's just exactly a tool. At the end of the day, if you use your money to open schools, educate the people, nonprofits and stuff like that, you could make greater things. And I guess that was a big pleasure to understand and see that in Jessica and Snotty, that no matter where this money was going, I knew they weren't going to come out with a new car and a down payment on something dumb, something new. They're returning it back to the community. Even in the sense of they might be buying themselves equipment for a better thing, but at the end of the day, they're just planning something bigger and better, This money isn't going to be spent on the same thing, how he said, on Walmart. It's not going to be spent on Amazon. It's going to be spent for the people, by the people, That's one of those things. So that was one of the things, and that's how we gotta stop saying, oh, this is a small business. It ain't no small business, it's a business, It may be small in size, but at the end of the day, this ain't nothing different. I imagine that Joe Bozo, he didn't say he had a small bookstore, he said he had a bookstore. And that's fact. And at the end of the day, this is not just a small podcast, this is the podcast, and I think that's where we should start right now with, we gotta stop saying this is a small business. At the end of the day, it might be a few people, but at the end of the day, we've all heard stories about, David and Goliath. He didn't say little David. It was David and Goliath. At the end of the day, it was different. Of course, if you read the details, you find out Goliath is the bigger man. But at the end of the day, did he end up being the bigger man?
Was he? He can't be that big when he on the floor.
Exactly. At the end of the day, he was probably 2 feet tall with his thick bone in the head. It was nothing big. At the end of the day, we ain't a small business. We're the business. Just some people want to see us small, but that's on them.
And towers can be knocked down.
I got something to say before we go. Just, you got something that you want to add to the conversation?
I'm really absorbing everything. I feel like, again, I'm just really excited to see everybody show up and really support the community, educate themselves on what everybody has to offer, because we can get everything we need from the people next to us and around us. So it's like, we don't need to go to these big corporations that don't really care about us.
But that's
where the treasure is.
That's the thing. That's the people you're seeing.
Exactly.
We're gonna see more.
Yeah, we're gonna see more.
So the one
that's what it's about.
So the one, we're not seeing Walmart's people. We're not seeing the what's it? The fries. We're not seeing them. We're seeing the people in the community.
You know, and that goes back to the conversation how you were saying how they're, you know, how the rich ain't, you know, they ain't really losing money if we're being honest. They haven't lost a single penny per se. They made a lot of money off of it.
Bro.
And I think that's where that's a good start too, where we realize that, you know, if they made money, we want to make money too. And if it has to go run through the people and we have to stay in the people, at the end of the day, they only have so much of a number, you know. It's not an infinite thing.
Let me piggyback off you real quick. I like where you're going with it, because it's like, you know, let's bring it down to a more local level and a non-existential level. We talking about, you know, let's just say performances in the valley. You know what I mean? You know, unfortunately, after COVID happened and you know, all the mandates and whatnot, you know, we lost a lot of our small community venues. We lost a lot of our small community spaces, small community venues. And when I say small, it's not small. You're right. It's just a community venue. So we lost these community venues because, unfortunately, you know, they didn't have the money to upkeep the place with nobody coming in there. You know what I mean? They lost. You know, they may not have agreed to, you know, the standards that the government has set in terms of, you know, vaccinations and whatnot. You know what I mean? And that's a personal choice that I personally don't want to get into right now. But that's just a whole nother thing. That's a whole another way that, you know, a big business is tackling other businesses. You know what I mean? So, you know, from 2019 to right now, we've lost at least 4 of our small, right? Our community local venues, right? And then the other venues that we got, like Rebel Lounge and the Monarch Theater and all these other ones, you know, unfortunately, you have to have proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test prior to coming in. You know what I mean? And absolutely safety first, you know, absolutely safety first. And I believe that, you know, safety is one of the most important things to make sure our people is good, because if we out here and we can't provide for our families, and we all screwed because somebody made the dumb decision to come to the event sick. However, on the flip side of that rule, we lost a lot of our spaces. In the spaces that we go into, you know, some people may have, you know, religious beliefs that say, hey, you know, I just can't get this. This is against my religion. This is against my way of life, you know. And we have other people who are working 48, 50, almost 70 hours a week, you know, trying to keep stuff afloat, trying to provide for their families, and they don't got time to go get a test. You know what I mean? Or they ain't got time. They got three kids, and they thugging it how they thugging it, and they don't got time to go get a negative test. You know what I mean? And that really puts a pinch on the community who trying to support, you know, the locals out here, because Phoenix has such a beautiful, rich art scene and so many different avenues and so many different aspects. In the year 2019, when Blue Metal Dragon dropped that we were listening to earlier, the scene was expanding in such a beautiful way. I mean, I performed at a show. Come on now. I performed at a show that had over 1,000 people in it. And it's my first year dropping music as an independent artist. It had 1,000 people in it. That's unbelievable. You know what I mean? And then from there, you know, COVID happened, and now it's hard to get even 50 people in the building. You know what I mean? And just imagine what that does to people's pockets. Imagine what that does to people who are trying to come up. So what's
that means reinvent the wheel.
And that's what we came to do. That's what we came to do, because now that the bar's been dropped down to the floor to our ankles, you know what I mean? We can just do a step and step over it. But why do a step and step over it? You know what I mean? Because that only benefits you. When you just barely step over the bar, that's only benefiting you. When you take the bar to a whole new level, that's benefiting so many people. You know what I mean? People who don't even make music. People who don't even have clothes to sell. People who this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? And we just trying to be a stunning example for the community. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you something. Like, for instance, people that couldn't afford to lease brick and mortar, you know, places to do their cooking or whatever, or, you know, maybe house clothing in the fashion industry. Where do you think the idea of pop-up shops came from? You know? Pop-up restaurants overnight. They did that because they made a solution to a problem. You have a problem, work the solution. We can't only spin our wheels talking all the day as long about the problem. We need to start implementing some solutions, trial and error if it's necessary. Okay, until we find what works. And if this don't work, we pop in some idea up here, and an idea here, and an idea there. Try and stop me. Try.
All right, Gwenny, I like that part. Pop in some solutions. So, guys, we're at the end of the show. Wow. And of course, I'm telling you, it's rather edifying. Yeah, you know,
We can't leave. I need him to freestyle, okay? Because he's
Boom,
tight,
boom, 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 boom.
okay? Y'all better listen. He's tight.
Hey, but before I freestyle, do you guys see the mind, body, and soul now?
Of course, man.
You guys see it now?
I
You
was
guys see
never
it?
blind to it, honey.
Come on now. What we about to do? Come on, Sway. Come on,
It
Sway.
was evident, bro. It was evident, man. But so people, my co-host said, the man of the moment cannot go without saying something.
Boom.
Damn right.
Cannot go, bro, without performing something. So we're gonna give you.
Hey, we gotta give him the whole big body experience, you know.
Alright,
We're gonna
alright,
give him a little
alright,
sample,
alright.
a little sample.
Alright.
Boom, 26.
Hello, taste,
A little
okay?
taste.
So,
Yeah,
but, all right. So you're gonna close it, bro. So before we
Fuck the blue
go,
metal.
so before we go, bro, we want to big up all the sponsors: Renaissance Records,
Boom.
SNO Caribbean Grocery,
Boom, boom.
Top Notch Island Flavor Restaurant,
Boom.
You and I Construction Company,
Boom, boom.
For the community.
and of course, the mind, the body, and soul
Boom.
for
Thank you.
joining with us right
Thank
here
you so much.
today. You
Support
know,
your community.
say it again. Say it again. Support, guys.
Come on.
Support it. That's what I'm saying, Jessica. Thank you very much for coming with us. Gab.
Gabriel, he slays the vegan.
That's another thing, I'm just a body.
Oh, bro. All
Yeah.
right.
Shouts to Mo.
And the man himself.
Shouts to Mo and her agency for bringing out these talents.
And
Boom, boom.
yes, Lady
All
Mo.
right.
Shout out to Mo, beautiful
Lady
Mo.
Mo, big up yourself,
Beautiful
Lady
Mo.
Mo.
Oh, make it even better. Look at
Gracious
that. Bless,
and
thank you.
beautiful.
Yes.
I
Of course,
Productions.
the entire production
Shout
team
out to
behind the
Productions.
beast.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Definitely shout out I&I Productions.
Yes, and of course, as I said, guys, join us every week, every Sunday when we go live on Facebook, via whatever social media platform we're going live on with YAWD VYBZ Speak English.
And for all those sponsors, come out, support the podcast so we could shout you out as a sponsor. So hit us at renaissancemg.com or 480-289-8939. And, choose which option you choose.
Boom!
Support the
And
Beautiful, beautiful.
we gonna have real talent, real heart. Take it away.
Take it away,
Go
bro.
passion, go.
So, bro, it's here. It's yours. The show is here now.
Hey, give me the give me the Wu-Tang, give me the Wu-Tang cream beat. Wu-Tang cream instrumental. I'm about to take it away.
Ho. Class.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
We're not in China, bro.
Hey, not yet.
She's talking about a bull in a china shop and I'll be breaking it
So
up.
March 26th, right?
March 26th.
Yeah, we holding y'all accountable to that.
I need to get the address.
Which one is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Which
we'll
one is
see
it?
everybody there, everybody
Cream.
especially the watch.
And the instrumental. Watch, I'm about to blow y'all away.
What's up? Let's go.
Instrumental, baby, let's go.
Crema.
Crema.
Hey, crema.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Classic.
It's ready to go, bro?
Let's go. Word up. Word up to all my partners in the East Coast, baby, New York. You know how we coming? Phoenix, we coming? Yeah. Check. Yeah. Look, you know the fucking name, Study Chain. Since 15, ain't shit fucking changed. Chain your bitch to the bed and ask her how's the fucking day. Bet she says she fucking way. I told her I ain't fucking now. She asked me what's the fucking way. Chain the bitch and fuck her face. I don't fuck white hoes no more. I'm fucking racist. And it ain't cause they white, it's cause they Caucasian. Talking about the God's patience. If you ask the juice for the day, I think you think that that's an odd statement. They don't wanna rock with snot, I'm ordered in the Iron Maiden. Made it making sky dwellers. Rain down my spirit, made my body and my conscience better. What you saying? I'm the black Raiden, black on black with the mask. It's ninja gated, I ain't ducking flame. Put you in the box, how I fucking gang. Freestyle right now, show you I ain't fucking changed. In the live right now, you know how I fucking said. Snotty man, 2 chains, rapping like I'm 2 Chainz. I hopped about the coupe like I'm Bruce Wayne. You know that I do things, you can call this the new thing. I'm swinging, banging like my noose chains. Ain't things changed but the news, man. I said cash rules everything around me. Dollar bills, y'all. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Come on, man. Renaissance Records, bro. You know how we rocking.
Right, yeah,
They look 20, let's go.
yeah, the money, the money.